Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel. This is my random recipes. These are the desserts. I'm currently working my way through the cakes. Today's recipe is red velvet cake number 1. And yes, if there's a red velvet cake number 1, then you know that there's going to be a red velvet cake number 2. That'll be next week. Normally when I have 2 recipes for the same food, I like to do them side by side. That way it's a more fair comparison. But with 2 full-size cakes, that's just a lot of cake, and it's just not feasible for me to do that. And both of these cakes call for 3 8-inch cake pans. I have 9-inch cake pans, and I really don't want to go out and spend money on new cake pans just for a couple of recipes. So instead, I'm going to be making cupcakes. Besides, with cupcakes, I can freeze a couple for next week, and then I can have a better, fair comparison. It might be a little bit of degradation from the cake being frozen, but hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, let's get to work. Let's make some cake. We're starting off with 1 cup of shortening. To that, we're going to be adding sugar, eggs, food coloring, and vanilla. We're starting off with our sugar. This is 1.5 cups of sugar. Let's get this going. Start off slow. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop that because that way I can crack the eggs. So 2 eggs. I'll go ahead and start mixing again. Now I've got 2 more things we need to add. I'm going to go ahead and put the vanilla in first. This is 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and this is my Mexican vanilla that's clear. And it's supposed to have 2 ounces of red food coloring. Well, unfortunately, we just passed a major holiday where there's a lot of baking going on, and one of the primary colors for that season is red. So finding red food coloring right now is a little bit challenging. I do have a small amount of paste food coloring. It's actually maroon colored. I've had this quite a while, so I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to use what I have. All right, so let's start mixing again. Okay, well, it's about as red as I can get it. I set this aside. So we're supposed to cream these together until they're very smooth. So here's our flour. And I'm going to add my salt. We have a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. And then go ahead and add those in. We're supposed to gradually add buttermilk and our flour mixture to our wet ingredients, and a little bit at a time. More of our buttermilk. And the last of the buttermilk. And the last of the flour. I have a feeling this is going to be a pink velvet cake instead of a red velvet cake. Okay, I think we're mixed in. I think everything's combined well. So we have, like I say, pink velvet cake. Honestly, it wasn't for lack of trying. I went to 3 different stores looking for red food coloring, and there just wasn't any. Wrong time of year. So we're going to do blue papers today. I'll go ahead and start filling these up. Yeah, I think we're going to have pink velvet cake. Start a new trend. So we have 24 pink velvet cupcakes. They're going to bake at 350 degrees for 16 to 19 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off for a while, and I'll be back when they're done. The cupcakes are out of the oven. I'll turn the camera down so you can see them. They're really hot. I just took them out. They baked right at 16 minutes. Kind of a deep pink, but I think we're starting a new trend. I'm going to let these cool for a while, and in the meantime, we are going to make some frosting. So the frosting for red velvet cake is traditionally cream cheese frosting. That's what I'm going to do today. I have used this recipe one other time. It was for the carrot bars that I did quite a while back. This is an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. We have 2 cups of powdered sugar, 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is softened, 1/4 cup of melted butter, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We're back to our mixer. Yes, I washed everything up, so it's no longer, hopefully it's no longer pink. We'll do the vanilla. That's 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Scrape this down. And I'm going to add the powdered sugar a little bit at a time. Otherwise I'll have a big cloud. Do the rest of it. So let's go ahead and add our butter. I'm going to go ahead and let the cake cool down for quite a while because they're pretty hot. Then we'll come back and we will frost these. Hi, Portia. She's right here visiting me. See, she is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera, and I'll be back when the cakes have cooled down and we can get them frosted. I am back. The cupcakes are all nicely cooled. I've made the frosting. It's sitting here ready to go. You can see what I've got, and then we'll start frosting them. So these look nice. They are definitely leaning towards the pink side as opposed to red. But, you know, as long as they taste good, I guess that's all that really matters. So I have my frosting here, and I'm going to be a little bit ambitious, and I'm going to use a piping bag today. I use a star tip. One plate. I've got 24 altogether. There's 8 to a plate. Do our taste test. Oh, that's a pretty looking. We'll try that one right there. A little overdone in the bottom, and I only did them 16 minutes, right at 16 minutes. At 10 minutes, I actually swapped trays so that they would cook evenly. Okay, well, we'll give this a try. The bottom's a little toasty, but it gives a little bit of a crunch. It's kind of red. It's, I don't know, kind of a dark pink. I'll freeze a couple of them and we'll save them for next week, and then I'll do taste test comparison. Next time I will be making red velvet cake number 2, and I'll also make the cream cheese frosting again so that it will be a fair comparison. Please come back next time and we'll find out which recipe really is better. I will include the ingredients and the preparation for the red velvet cake number 1 and the cream cheese frosting in the description below. If you have any questions or other feedback for me, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments. I really do love hearing from you. If you do give this recipe a try, please drop an emoji into the comments to let me know what you think of it, good, bad, or ugly. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. It helps my channel to continue to grow. I want to say hello to my new subscribers. Welcome. It's good to have you along. I want to say thank you to those of you who faithfully watch my videos week after week. It really does mean a lot to me. And I want to say thank you to all of you for joining me on my journey through the cakes and the desserts. I will see you next time, and we can find out which is better, red velvet cake number 1 or red velvet cake number 2. See you then. Bye.